Hey everybody, I'm out here in the woods in eastern Canada today on April the 10th, 2020 with my 6-year-old cameraman, and we're going to explain a little bit about what we're doing over here with our project on our land. We're today and for the next probably month we're going to be doing firewood, and just before we started to cut some of this clump out today, we took a few minutes to clear up some of the trees around. Show them the trees, Leo, and the brush pile. Okay, and that's just to open up our area a little bit that we can, and then me. That's to open up our area a little bit so that we can, cut these down a little bit easier. If anybody out there has any forestry experience and can help us along our way, we would appreciate any feedback you can give us, because I'm not, an expert on this sort of thing, but I think I'm figuring things out as I go. What we're looking at cutting right now is a patch of gray birch. I have two clumps here, one here and another one over here. The trees over here, if you could show them, Leo. These here are straighter and larger, and I think I'm going to try to retain a couple of these here trees out of the clump. These ones here that are growing at an extreme angle, these are the ones we're going to cut out of here today. When I go to cut out of one clump like this, that's where I'm going to keep some of the trees. I'm going to use my saw most likely in order to make a nice clean cut as not to damage the other main trunks. When I cut out of a clump like this here where I'm not sure that I'm going to retain any of these three, then I think I can safely use the axe, and the axe is a lot faster. Now that said, last summer I ran into a problem, a major infection I had in my eye from a wood chip coming up from my axe. So anytime that I use the axe over the summer, I'm likely going to be using these stupid looking sunglasses just to protect my eyes against anything coming back at me, because I could have lost my vision in one of my eyes last year over an infection. So we're going to go at this and cut down one for you, and then we'll show you what we do to saw it up. Everything that we do over here on our land is all done with hand tools and our own labor. We have no horses or tractors or even a chainsaw to do anything. Now with these little trees, you don't have to worry much about how you cut them in terms of notching it or anything like that. You just blast through them, and there you can see it's starting to come. There. Now, try to get this down safely out of the trees as much as you can so it doesn't fall on anybody. Now the birch that we're cutting, we're going to try to burn this stuff this year, because birch, in my experience, doesn't last very long as a firewood. Any maple that we cut and that we can maybe save, we'll save it for last, and then if we have extra and it goes into next year, that maple will still be good so long as it's piled properly. To give you an idea, here's a nice maple tree that we have. We're trying very hard to preserve as many maples on the property as we can, because eventually we're going to get into maple syrup production, and those there will be fantastic for that. Pause. Okay, I just took a second to grab the bow saw. We're going to hack these trees up now with the bow saw. What I do is I cut initially 3 pieces of wood that would fit my wood stove. So 1, 2, and 3. I can probably cut each length about this long. I just estimate that, and then we razz through it all, and we have to pile it after this. Now we're doing a lot of this work early spring because we still have this snow down, and although the snow's starting to melt and it's getting harder to walk in, we can use a sled this time of year to help haul this stuff along over to whatever wood pile we have going. And that makes it a lot easier to transport than hauling logs on top of your shoulder everywhere you go. Pause. Okay, and to give you an idea, here's the little sled we use for transporting our wood. I'm going to take a few minutes now to do up enough wood to fill that, and then we'll haul it over to our wood pile, and I'll show you where that's at and how we pile that stuff up just to keep it dry. So we'll come back with another part to this in a minute.